up in the spot. Dudes mugging, hating bad, could it be my style? Or just my pretty boy swag? Can tell by my gear, I do nothing but pop tags. You need a receipt, cause your girl just got back.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Wilder refuses to speak with Tyson Fury after the fight. So after the fight, Tyson Fury went to Deontay Wilder's corner, and this is what happened. Let's take a look. So as you can see,
on the inside, the inside word tonight, Tyson Fury was tremendous. Little shots on the inside, little hooks, little uppercuts. Excellent work in short range. Bullet Deontay Wilder again, and Deontay Wilder.
And you see Wilder shaking his head, putting his glove like, go away.
17 stone was the wrong thing to do for me. I think he tired. He was always in the fight.
You see Fury looks a little frustrated as he walks away now. Now he's talking with Shelly Finkel.
Here and there, every time, and he worked him out. It was a good opening round for Wilder with the jab to the body, but Tyson Fury soon realised that he had to put him on the back foot, and that's what he did.
I don't think there were too many commiserations in that corner there. I think.
And so anyway, Fury speaks with Shelly Finkel, and then he walks away. But you saw in that exchange that Tyson Fury went to Deontay Wilder's corner to congratulate him, speak about the fight, and Wilder shook his head and brushed him off. So I'm going to turn over to you, Ned, the TVE. What is your reaction to Deontay Wilder refusing to speak with Tyson Fury after the fight?
Listen, after a man got knocked out, if I got knocked out, I wouldn't want to talk to nobody. I understand Wilder's pain, you know, but when Fury went to Shelly, it's like, yo, you got caught in like a 360 deal where it's like, yo, if I lose, you gotta fight me again. If you lose, you gotta fight me again. If I lose, you gotta fight me again. It's just little, not to quote my man Adonis, the Chisel Adonis, like it's again jutsu, yo. It's like it's gonna be a back and forth deal. Hopefully not. I don't want to be complicated like that, but it's where this fight may happen again down the road. Down the road, when Wilder's ready, this fight may happen again. But you know, we on the better things. Shout out to Wilder. Like I understand Wilder's pain, yo. You put in so much hard work, and you know, at this point, your brain is beat and battered, and you know, you just don't want to talk to the guy that just beat you. And I respect Wilder because you know some people just like. They go into a rage, they go into a fit, but Wilder kept composure and was just like, nah, I can't talk to you right now. Like, I'm not in that state of mind to talk to you, shake hands or hug or talk, just even say you were the better man. And I understand it, but it is what it is. The fight happened. Like, this fight was like what I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought Fury was gonna beat and bat this man. And Wilder showed the better side of himself. So for this, it's just I guess it's a moment I could expect that wasn't expected, and I'm gonna respect it. I respect Wilder's moment to say I can't talk right now. I don't want to talk. I don't want cameras in my face after this. I need to get out of this ring. I need to move on. I need to get into a locker room. I need to get myself together. And at that, I'm not gonna down it. I'm not gonna talk on it. I'm not gonna downplay it or anything like that.
All right, stretch.
It's weird. So like, I'm gonna be honest. Initially, I didn't even see that. I thought after the fight that Wilder was rushed out of the ring. So that's actually cool. I didn't even know that, like, you know, Fury approached the corner. I'll say this, like, you know, I'm not going like, you know, crap on Wilder at all. Like, but I feel like if he would have acknowledged him, that would have been like, all right, a 10 out of 10. But like, to be honest with you, it's weird. Like, I felt like there was like a lot of bad blood and like tension between both guys. I thought there was like mutual respect at one point where even though they were fighting, like they were still able to kind of respect each other. But I just felt like with the trash talking, it just kind of got like, I kind of felt like there was like some bad tension between them. But, you know, like, he just got knocked out. Like, you know, like, I get it. Like, you know, he might not have wanted to speak to Fury or, you know, I felt like there was just some bad tension between them. But to be honest, too, I feel like there's this kind of trend in boxing where guys only show you love if they beat you, you know? So, like, even with, like, I'll kind of reference like Dillian White and like Povetkin fight, and like initially like Dillian didn't want to like shake his hand or whatever, and then once he beat him, it was all like, oh, he was a great champion, da da da, like whatever. So I feel like there's just a lot of antics in boxing. So I just feel like that's just kind of what it is. But I'm just glad like they settled it out. There's no fourth fight between them. Like it is what it is.
All right, Short Dollar Bizzle.
All right. Long time ago, I mentioned this. I said this about Adrian Broner, right? I said, oh, Adrian Broner takes a loss well. Everybody in the comment section went crazy because they weren't getting what I was saying, right? And everybody rushed because they want to talk to me so much. You know how these guys is weird. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, Trail, remember when he lost to Madonna and he walked out the ring, he ain't say nothing. Y'all didn't say nothing about when Sugar Ray didn't congratulate Duran. Y'all didn't say nothing about when all these other fighters done did it too. When I was saying about Adrian Broner takes the loss well, you go and ask him about any of these fighters, he tells you how great they are and how much he loves them and has respect for them. Not like people like Joe Frazier, who didn't take losses well, who still bring up the fact that look at how Muhammad, I got him shaking. That's what I was alluding to. You know what I'm saying? Not for y'all to be talking about, oh, Adrian Broner and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And he don't take. If we was gonna look at that, what Wilder did, I would have to keep the same energy because I was mad at Adrian Broner when he left the ring after having jaw broken, losing his first fight, being on a big stage, right? You know how we like to attack each other. You know what I'm saying? We was quick to clown him, right? The people are making excuses for Wilder. I'm gonna hold Wilder to the same standard.
Can I say this?
I was disappointed.
Can I say this one
with
thing?
Wilder not showing sportsmanship, but I can get it and I understand. The same way I understand with Adrian Broner. You need time. You was just in a big fight. You was just knocked down. You was just concussed. You had all these feelings. You've been through all this stuff. Was emotional. Fight is emotional. You ever been into a fight? I done been in fights before where I would end up crying after the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Fights are emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even care. Like sometimes, especially in a street fight, right? Like it doesn't matter about winning or losing. It's what you're fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's what you're fighting for. So I can get, you know what I'm saying, the emotional and everything just happening. So Wilder not being engaged. Since with other fighters, that happen to other fighters who have lost in the ring, be their first loss, and walk out. The Billy Joes and everybody else that don't congratulate people after, nobody gives them no slack. I wonder why that is. I understand with Wilder, even though I'm gonna hold him on the same. Like when I said with AB when he walked out, like when I said with Sugar Ray, when I said with all these other fighters, bad sportsmanship. But I understand. I understand. Like me and Katie used to talk about this a long time ago. I hate how when they just throw the mic in a person's face right after the fight, they don't give them a chance. Sometimes these guys don't know what they're saying. They just been knocked out and knocked around. Their brain been punched. The human face is not supposed to be hit. That's why you swell up and stuff like that. So after you get take to some couple punches and you want to talk to people, they might have a different reaction than what you might want them to have. I'm not mad at Wilder. I mean, I wish he would have, congratulated Fury, but I get it. I understand. It's an emotion. It's a long fight. And, you know what I'm saying? You just was in this situation. I get it. So I'm not mad. I'm a little off, but I understand.
All right, I'm gonna turn it over to Complex.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with a lot of what Trill said. In an ideal world, Wilder, they would have got up, shaken hands, hugged, and done a whole, buddy buddy speech and everything. But unfortunately, we live in the real world. I think some beefs last forever, right? And I think these guys had real beef between each other. A lot of it sometimes is build up. It's just saying things to sell the fight. But there are certain competitions with you and another human being that go deeper than just all the lights and the glitter. This was like a real thing, and I think you guys brought up some great points. There was Frazier and Ali. I mean, talking about two of the best heavyweights of all time, and until their deathbeds, at least on Frazier's side, still had heat towards Ali, and it was because of what a lot of what Ali said in the buildup that really got to him, and it really hurt him. On Twitter, a lot of people brought up Morales and Barrera and how at the end of that, after they fought, was it 3 times, they were still heat between them. You know what I mean? Sometimes people, they're keeping it real. Wilder kept it real the whole time, before the fight and after the fight. And I actually kind of commend him for that, because it's like, at least, all that wasn't fake. It was real. All the energy that he had towards Fury. I think, honestly, later on, these guys should love each other, because without Wilder, there's no Fury. Without Fury, there's no Wilder. In terms of where they both stand right now in the world, they needed each other. They both elevated each other's careers to legendary status. I think without them having this trilogy, neither guy gets the same juice. I mean, Fury's become a much bigger star after fighting Wilder than when he fought Klitschko, who was a longer reigning champion and had more belts. Beating Wilder made him this much bigger. Wilder showing what he could do against a Fury made him a bigger name and made people put more respect on his name. So honestly, these guys should be best friends. They made a lot of money together. I won't be surprised if years from now they're probably cool. You know what I'm saying? They might do a podcast together or something and talk about, you know what I mean? Because these guys elevated each other, and these fights are going to define each of their careers. Fury's going to go on, but I think Wilder's career, this is a highlight of it, and his career is going to go on. He might do more, but this is going to be talked about for years. You know what I'm saying? They made a lot of money together. I think they're going to probably be friends. I think Wilder also needed time. Look, boxing and combat sports in general have this bad thing where they want to stick a mic in front of a guy who just got knocked out and like, hey, tell me what you're going through your mind and everything. It's like, yo, he's concussed. He might even know where he is right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like, imagine getting hit in the head with a bat, then getting up, and then somebody putting a mic in front of your face and the camera, like, so can you walk me through what happened? You're just like, what? You know what I mean?
Why is your wig split right now?
Yeah, right. Yo, that's not, honestly, imagine,
You saw me get hit with that bat. You
imagine having to like give a speech after you got knocked out, right? give a proper speech in English and everything. Like we you know what I'm saying? We've seen all types of things. So I think Wilder needs time. It's fine. Give him some time. I think he will come around. I think him and Fury should have a bond that should never be broken. These guys shared something between 3 fights. I mean, Wilder today is the only man to knock down Fury this many times, right? And Fury fought Klitschko, didn't get knocked down once in that whole fight. Wilder in a couple fights has knocked him down multiple times. You know what I mean? And so we got to see how Fury goes on when he fights other guys, if anybody can knock him down the way Wilder does. But right now, Wilder, in terms of when they compete, is the only person to come close to pushing Fury to that limit, right? And credit to Fury for getting up. So, I think they share a special bond. And I think in the future, they're probably going to be best of friends. You know what I mean? All these guys should be, because they're making a lot of money together. They're lifting the sport up to another level we haven't seen in the last 20 years. But he's in the ring. He's honest. I mean, he could have been fake and be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I will say on the other hand, and I'll wrap up with this, is that Wilder should understand what it's like to be the loser and congratulate a guy, because he had beef with Dominic Breazeale, right? Before their fight, there was a lot of heat. Wilder knocked him out in 1 round. And then after the fight, they came together, and Wilder was like, you can, in his words, like, you can fight and win, but when it's done, it's all good. Now, that was Wilder on the winning side, right? And of course, that fight didn't have as much history and heat as the Fury fight. But Wilder should understand, like, look, you've been on the side where you knocked the guy out in an ugly fashion, right? and then he came back, and y'all became friends, and y'all can now talk and whatever. So I think Wilder will get there. He just needed a little time. I think in the ring at that moment, he was ready for it, and that's fine. And I think we should forgive him for that. Let's not, you know what I mean? I don't think it needs to be that big a deal. Like, oh, Wilder's a bad sportsman and da-da-da. If you feel that way, that's fine. That's up to you. But I just think, when there's this much on the line, that these guys, they put the whole heart on there. I mean, Wilder truly believed in his mind and his heart he was going to win this fight. I don't think a lot of us have competed on a level of that where there's that much stakes on the line, and then to come up short, and especially in that fashion where you were so close, and then to come up short. I think give him a little grace, give him a little, you know what I'm saying? Let him come back, give him time. Now, if like a little while from now he still comes out and he's crazy and whatever, then yeah, okay, maybe you can, you know what I'm saying? But I think give him a little time. I think he will come around, and I think they're going to be probably good friends in the future.
I just want to add, last night when we watched that G script, they never showed the interaction between Fury and Wilder. I never saw that happen last night on TV. It was Wilder walking out the ring. It made it seem like Wilder was a sore loser, and he got out the ring before Fury could approach him. I never even saw that interaction when we was watching at G's house. I'm gonna be honest, but after this, I see like that was after what was it when we were at G's house, and I saw Wilder walk out the ring, and I was like, damn, you're not gonna even get approached, you're not gonna get a hug, you're not gonna get anything. But once I seen this clip, it adds more context. So for me, it's just there's some skewed views from the audience that saw this fight last night. So we see Fury approach Wilder, talk to him, and Wilder's like, "Nah, I'm not. It's not. This is not the moment." But there's footage out there that shows Wilder left the ring before Fury could even approach him.
Okay. G.
I don't see it as an issue. Here's why, and I'm just gonna repeat a lot of what other people are saying. For one, he was concussed. 2, he was exhausted, like exhausted. And then 3, this is the same guy who believed Tyson Fury cheated him. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, and I'm a pretty chill guy. I know on the show these guys like to paint me as I'm a savage, but I'm pretty humble.
I need a basis of it.
Like,
this is
Right now.
I'm gonna be honest, yo. I used to have a friend, right? Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Hold on, can I quote you from last night? Can I quote you from last night?
G quotes.
All right, G quotes. Let's go.
Yo, all right. First one. Yo, don't let Wilder win, yo. Because if tomorrow on Boxing Bros, I'm violating everyone.
Hey man, I told y'all, man, I'm waving this, man. I'm waving.
You waving the website? All right. No more. I won't say no more.
By show of hands, so we don't know who thinks G talks the most trash out of all the faces on this screen.
Anyway, I think I've proven to all of these guys. Like, I'm sane, right? I'm level-headed. You know, I don't really like drama. I'm all about love. I make sure my love comes off as hate, but it's really love.
I like him.
Yo, that parent that's whooping you like this is hurting me more than you're hurting you.
Nah, that's facts. But these guys know me in real life. They know my character, right? I'm always trying to, peace up. Yo, everybody, man, it's all love. I may throw a grenade in the room, but after I'll be the one to help you, like, yo, you lost your leg here. But I will say this.
He throws the grenade and jump on it.
Yo, but I'm gonna say this. In my life, there's only like 2 people. Like, if I seen them right now, I would literally contemplate in my mind, yo, can I hit this person and not go to jail? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, there's certain people, it's just like, yo, you went beyond like this. Once you cross that line, it's like, yo, we don't play games like that no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when people start like, and I don't know if this is what Wilder's thinking, but I remember right before the fight, Fury's brother was talking about he wanted his wife. That's crazy. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so Wilder had a lot of things that he was fighting for. Like, he really believed in his heart of hearts, yo, homie cheated. I'm gonna prove to the world this dude was a cheater, this, that, and the third. And then he got beat. They checked the gloves was cleared. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he brought his own Poland Spring bottle water. You know what I mean? So now he didn't bring a Mega Man suit. That is no excuse. But the dude still believes in his heart of hearts. This man cheated me. And then you want him to like talk to him to peace up. I don't know too many men that could do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I agree, it's a sport, right? It's a gentleman's sport. But if you feel like a dude cheated you, man, I don't know. I'm curious now. I want to look back at like the Cotto Margarito 2 fight. After that fight, did they peace up? You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you believe a person,
they didn't.
you see, there you go. There you go.
That wasn't because of Cotto.
Either way, big man.
Cotto was still mad. Cotto was still mad.
Cotto was mad. He was looked at him.
They stood across the ring, and Cotto just stared him down.
He just stared at him like, look.
Yeah. So I can't blame grown men who believe they have sincere issues. Like Fury's issue with Wilder isn't that serious, right? Because Wilder was the one making the accusations, not really Fury. You know what I'm saying? So for Fury, he's like, yo, I proved you wrong. Yo, gentleman's sport, let's just dap up. Wilder's like, nah, bro. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame Wilder. Like, I would give a man a pass. Just like Duran, like, come on, son. Like with the Sugar Ray situation, you pulling up on a car talking about I'm gonna have you to his wife? Crazy. I'm not apologizing, even if I knocked you out cold. We not dapping up. It just is what it is. Like,
I just have a question because you keep painting a narrative. So do you know if Tyson Fury's brother said he was going to have his wife before or after someone from Wilder's camp told Fury, F your mother?
Yeah. I'm aware. I'm well aware of that. But again,
so which one happened first? Because all I'm saying is you need disrespect with disrespect.
Yeah.
So if they said F your mother first, then I can see someone responding with saying, I'm going to F your wife.
Maybe so. I don't play like that nonetheless. I don't talk about people's mothers. I don't talk about people's wives. I stay out of those type of conversations. Because I know once that it gets to that point, there's no reversing those type of words. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like, after we fight, we're supposed to just be cool out of nowhere. Like, nah. But I do agree with Complex was saying, like, maybe in time when Wilder realizes, like, you know what, damn, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he didn't cheat me. He was just a better man. But Wilder needs time to process all of that. You're talking to Wilder when literally he gave everything he had in that ring and he was concussed. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense. And hold on, and Ned, I'll let you go, I promise. What Ned was saying, I didn't see it like that. Even if I didn't see this this little clip, I still would be like, yeah, if I was Wilder, I would just leave. I'm not staying in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I believe this dude cheated me and I lost, it's just like, yo, well, let's be out. You know what I mean? Maybe later on when I calm down, then we can talk about it over the phone or something, or we'll piece up, whatever. But at that moment, I couldn't do it. And I'm a peaceful dude. I'm like, I'm always trying to bring people together, and I just couldn't do that. So I can't hold a guy to a higher standard than myself. So I'm gonna give Wilder that pass.
All right, Ned, you had your finger up.
I had my finger up, but G said so much that I literally forgot what question I had. I literally forgot.
Yeah. All right. So I really wish that the human element was considered more in boxing and in all professional sports, because you want to tie it to boxing, but Tom Brady leaves every time he loses a football game and he doesn't shake the winning quarterback's hand. But when he wins, he's out there front and center ready to shake the quarterback's hand. When Tom Brady loses a big game, he leaves and he doesn't shake the other quarterback's hand. And, you know, I've seen other quarterbacks get killed for it. I'm not going to say their names. Although the quarterbacks who got killed for it actually go to the locker room after they showered and then congratulate the QB. People are upset that they walked off the field and didn't shake the hand before walking off the field, right? Brady does it every time he loses. But the narrative is, oh, he's such a winner. He can't take losing. He can't accept defeat. He's such a champion. He will never accept defeat. That's the narrative. When another quarterback does it, oh, he's a sore loser, poor sportsmanship. That's the narrative.
Pick and choose.
Why is it one person is such a winner they can't tolerate losing? They can't even let losing seep into their mind, and the other's a sore loser. And I'm pretty sure after Brady goes to the locker room, he goes and congratulates the other person after he takes a shower. I've seen it done. What I'm getting at is I really wish the human element was considered in the loser of a competition, whether it's football or boxing or basketball, gets a grace period where they can go shower, clear their thoughts, and then give an interview. And then give congratulations. What you're asking someone to do in those moments is immediately after they failed at something that was extremely important to them to be the most professional person and give you an interview where they can't cuss, they really can't show you how they're feeling. Imagine you put the camera on a grown man who just lost a boxing match, a Super Bowl, whatever, and they start bawling and they're like, F, man, I gave it my all. I still couldn't win. And they're bawling and they're emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that just kill the image of masculinity that you're pushing out to the world, right? To see these big, strong, muscular men break down like that. I genuinely believe that you need to give these fighters and athletes a grace period when they lose. Some fighters are better at taking losses than others. Some athletes are better at doesn't mean that they're better losers. I don't agree with that. It's just how you're wired, and everybody's wired differently. And we all know Wilder's an emotional dude. When you hear him speak about anything, you just hear the passion in him. Some dudes are passion driven. So you need to give that man some time. But I always find it funny as someone who will critique like Wilder or an athlete who gets the mic put in their face immediately after a loss. We've all had like experienced failure at some point in our life in some type of way. Imagine when you just failed the most important exam of your life. As soon as you see the results, someone comes with a microphone. How does it feel after all that studying and all that preparation to see that big red F on that exam? How does it feel after all those years of marriage, investing time, all the kids, all that, to finally be here at a divorce? Right? No, for real. Let's put the mic in your face. After your biggest failures, after you putting in all the time, the effort, everything, and expect you to answer every question we ask you and have no emotion and be professional. Come on, man. It's unrealistic. I can bash Wilder, but you know what I saw? I saw a guy who gave everything he had in that ring. I think about it like, man, like that's inspirational in itself to see this dude dropped. And for me, nothing Wilder could have done. He could have won the fight, but I never thought he was going to win the fight. But if there was any way he could lose and earn my respect, it happened that day. So, like, I don't expect him to get up and be like, "Oh, Fury was the better man." Yo, we live in fantasy world sometimes. That ain't the way it's going to ride. Later on, grace period, some time to reflect, all that. You'll probably get those words from Wilder. Immediately after your biggest failure, that's what you want. That's what you want. Okay, so next time you fail, imagine someone in your face with a camera, not giving you any time, not giving you, as soon as you fail. You don't even need to fail at something. Something embarrassing happened to you. The next time you slip on a piece of ice and you fall in front of a group of people, someone comes and put a camera on you and say, "How did it feel to slip and fall on that piece of ice in front of everybody?" Let's see how you feel then. What would your reaction be? Would your reaction be like, "Get the F out my face, shut up"? You'd be upset. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, these people are human, God.
I beat that ice. Everybody know I beat that ice.
You would have felt that ice. No, go ahead, Complex.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I actually wanted to shout out Fury real quick because Fury's post-fight speech in the ring, he did mention that, right? And I didn't see it or whatever, but I think he did handle that very well, right? So to give props to Fury, I think he handled that well in the sense that made him look good in a good light, right? Was it sincere or not? I don't know, but at the end of the day, he handled that in the moment well. He didn't kind of match the same energy and say F Wilder. You know, he could have had the same. He tried to make it seem like okay, he's deading it on his end, right? So he's like, look, on my end, it's dead, right? On your end, we can figure it out. So I applaud Fury for understanding in that moment where he got knocked down twice too. You know what I'm saying? And they had a lot of beef, and he could have had the same like wild energy. You know what I'm saying? Because after a fight, you still got adrenaline pumping. You got all types of running through you. But Fury handled that actually pretty well. And I just think like the message he put out, because I got replayed a lot, even on Sports Center. So that's kind of the message. That's the message that lives after the fight, right? Because that's like the quick clip they're going to show when he says that. So I think that does put the onus on Wilder. I think people are going to be curious to see how it comes out. So Wilder does, at some point in the future, need to say something. I'll let him decide.
I respect what you're saying, but I don't, because I feel like it's easy to be gracious when you won.
Agreed.
Like look at Dillian. Excellent points brought up by the both of you. But look at Dillian White when he lost to Povetkin, and look at him after he won. Look at Deontay Wilder when he beat Dominic Brazil. He said this: "It takes a real man to get knocked out in front of the world like that."
Oh, and not to mention with the Brazil fight. Remember the altercation. Wilder and his team was going to jump him in front of his family. Bro, if I'm Brazil, I ain't squashing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
But Wilder denied it, though.
I don't care. If I feel that way, we ain't squashing it, bro, until I knock you out. That's it.
No, yeah, but I think Fury played, as I said, Fury played the moment well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was sincere or not, whether it was whatever, he played the moment well. So credit to him for playing that moment well. Now, Fury in his heart of hearts might still be like, F that dude, right? But he played it well in that moment and tried to make it seem like he's a good guy. Now, that's all I'm saying. So credit to him for being
he played it well, but no one's I'm speaking strictly from the perspective of looking at Wilder refusing to speak to Fury or Wilder walking out of the ring. The man was in a difficult fight that was probably tough to digest. Probably one of the biggest moments in his life where he came up short. I don't need to say probably, I know it is, but maybe there's another time he may consider, right? The point is you need to allow these people a grace period where they can gather their thoughts and give you an interview. But I don't think anyone should have a mic thrown in their face immediately after receiving like bad news or failure, embarrassment, all types of stuff, because we all going to react differently. Some people will give you what you want, but some people aren't capable of doing that. I don't think Wilder was capable of doing that, so I give him a pass. I'm not going to harp on Wilder and diss him for that because, I feel for him in that moment because he gave it his all.
Yeah, I think the interview that Wilder does after this fight, the first interview, should be... I know Wilder likes to go to his guys on YouTube because those are his boys and he likes to give them... He should plan this out well. Whoever runs public relations at PBC, please set this up because this is how
PBC ain't got no public relations, bro.
Whoever, his own public relations.
You look at what's happening with Jamal Charlo and
all over the place.
I'll need to go get one.
They need one because this is how you build stars, right?
They don't need public relations. They just need to have the fighters holler at us.
Right. Come on, the boxing bros. But
shout out to Tyson Fury.
100.
Now Wilder needs to plan a sit-down interview with somebody, either on Fox Sports or whatever, and have like a 5 to 10 minute conversation where he can get everything out. And I think because he got a lot of goodwill after this fight, he can build off that if he can do a good interview that plays on TV, that can be replayed and used as this is the basis of Wilder moving forward now, right? If he just sticks to the YouTube guides and this and that, it's not going to build on anything. You need to play this thing smart. You actually, Wilder, like you guys said, kind of won last night. So, but be smart about it. Build off of it. Go on, what is it? Skipping Undisputed. Skipping Shannon Undisputed. Do something like that. Have a sit down with somebody and play it so it's like a calm interview. You know the questions beforehand. You give a good response, and this can build you after that. So I get it. We're going to give you grace right now. But if you want to put this thing and build your career forward, you got to play it smart using the media. That's all I'm going to say in terms of moving forward. Take your time. Yeah, you could talk to the YouTube guys, but you need to do a professional interview with somebody on Fox Sports, ESPN, and set this thing up for the future so that people, you still have that integrity of a champion. People are gonna always look at you, but they, you know what I'm saying? If you come out with some craziness and some whatever, you're gonna kill all the goodwill you just built. Take some time, get a written response, whatever, produce the whole thing. I don't care. But use the time, use this moment to build yourself up. You know what I mean? Because that can set you up for the future fights. You know what I mean? You're still that kind of champion. You get that aura champion still. You know what I mean? Where when you walk into the fight, you're still considered a champ. So, but you you play this right. If you don't, it's just gonna be like, whatever. It's gonna be all forgotten. That's all I want to say.
I got nothing else to say.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. It's good talk here. It's the Boxing Bro.
When things seem bleak, walk with me. To navigate these streets, walk with me.